Good evening, my friends. Beijing Biden's State of the Union address starts in about 20 minutes. I will not be watching it, and I think he's going to be late anyway. So here are my predictions, since it's pretty predictable what he's going to say. First off, he's going to claim the greatest economy since World War II, and all the data shows it, of course. Look at the growth we had. Look at the growth. Never mind the $2 trillion of deficit spending last year. Ignore that part. And he's going to claim he created the most jobs in the history of the world, most likely. And yeah, we all know lockdowns were to blame for that. And lifting them was the cause of all the job creation. But, a lot of people that watch MSNBC don't know that. He will also claim the border is a huge problem. It's all Trump's fault. He's powerless to do anything about it. And this dovetails into number 6, bitching about the GOP losers in Congress for not passing more bullshit spending packages like the, quote, border package, which was all about Ukraine and Israel and not much about the border. Whatever spending that was on the border there was a concierge service to get the illegals into the interior of the United States. Again, MSNBC crowd doesn't know about that stuff. He's going to claim that democracy is on the ballot. Of course, Trump is going to be a dictator, even though they're doing dictatorial things because we need to stop him. Ironic. And he will also talk some bullshit about abortion. He will also talk some bullshit about climate change, which doesn't exist. He will demonize Vladimir Putin. He will claim all about democracy. We must preserve democracy. Ukraine's all about preserving democracy. Democracy, bullshit. We're a fucking constitutional republic. Again, we know that. The MSNBC crowd does not. So I predict 20 minutes long max, and he will fade dramatically at the end. I don't know what the fuck they're going to be shooting him up with. My God, it probably could kill a horse. But yeah. And man, if something catastrophic happens, I'm sure we'll see it over and over again, pretty much in real time. There are prop bets on. People gamble on just about anything these days. I can't do that in the state of Florida, unfortunately. So the State of the Union prop bets, as reported by Gambling 911, they're trying to say they aggregate something from betonline.ag. Couldn't make heads or tails of that bullshit site. So anyway, the over-under is 69.5 minutes. Take the under on that one. Number of, quote, non-facts per Washington Post fact-checker. Over-under 11.5. Again, take the under. It's Washington Post, man. They carry the water for Beijing Biden. Beijing Biden's will any of these happen? Directly mention Trump, 2-1. Misname a foreign leader or country, 3-1. To say the words either senile or dementia, 3-1, most likely referring to Donald Trump, curiously enough, and directly mentioning Obama, maybe by accident, 4-1 that's paying out. Have a 5-second brain freeze. I'd probably put some money on that one if I could, unfortunately. 10-1, paying out 10-1. And he will confuse Trump with Obama, 14-1. Likely, I say that's likely. Confuse Nikki Haley with anyone else, 20-1. So the most mentions in the State of the Union, border, it's a 10-3 or 10-13. So you got to bet $13 to win 10, which is a negative 130. Ukraine, not the most mentioned, I would say. Plus 300, it's paying out 3-1. Guns, 19-4. Bet $4, you get 19 back. 4.75-1. Security, 6-1. Most mentions. Democracy, that's a solid one. 5-6. You bet $6 to win 5. And January 6th, also a solid contender. That will be mentioned a lot as well. Putin, 5-1. Vladimir Putin, Biden's State of the Union, to mention Trump's cognitive ability. Yes, 5-2. No, 1-4. So it's most likely not going to happen. Again, Biden doesn't have much of a track record. I don't know what the fuck he's going to talk about for 70 minutes. And the over-under of Mike Johnson giving a standing ovation to a bunch of bullshit lies, I'd say over-under is 15. And it would be awesome if Mike Johnson would grow some fucking balls and tear the speech up after it's over. Drunk Nancy set the precedent, my friends. Will he refer to Trump's age or his own age? 4-1. Katie Britt's State of the Union response, don't give a shit, won't be watching that either. So this is Manifold Markets, whatever it is. This just is aggregating some trends. Beijing Biden discussing Democrats and Republicans working together. 96% chance. I would bet the yes on that one. Hold, please. Sorry about that. And he will most likely be castigating Republicans for not working with Democrats and passing the bullshit spending bills. Will he mention TikTok? Only 34% think so. Will inflation be mentioned? Of course it will. And it will also be blamed on Donald Trump and maybe Putin as well. Maybe the BRICS nations. It's another possibility. NATO being mentioned again as part of the demonization of Vladimir Putin and Russia, even though Russia is unconditionally winning. We'll say the word folks at least 2 times. Definitely will. Biden will wear a tie with some red color? Interesting one. Will someone whisper in Biden's ear while he's giving the speech? Most likely no. He will say, "My fellow Americans." 86% think they will. Alabama and IVF, that will be mentioned as part of the bullshit on abortion. And of course the election will be mentioned. And this is an outlier here. Would a catastrophic attack occur and a designated survivor be sworn in as president? Only 0.6% chance of that. Putin will definitely be mentioned negatively. So I don't even know what the fuck that means. China will be mentioned 5 or more times. Only a 4-1 on that one. Biden will mention both nuclear power and nuclear weaponry. Oh, did I mention the Green New Deal? That bullshit. Climate change, Green New Deal. Yeah, it's likely. God mentioned 3 or more times. I'd take the under on that one. Biden mentioning Taylor Swift by name. Biden mentioning the border with Mexico. God will definitely be mentioned. And a higher viewership in the 2023 State of the Union. And I would honestly think more people will watch it to see what the hell he's going to fuck up, because there's a very real chance something could go down. Maybe they got the cocktail wrong. Maybe they hopped him up with too much adrenochrome. I don't know. But anyway, ending this now. State of the Union's allegedly starting in about 10 minutes. No chance it starts on time. So anyway, that's that. If you like my content, hit subscribe. Oh, Yemen, the Houthis of the Red Sea mentioned. Only 65%. So anyway, that's all we're going to do.